Hello, everyone. I don't know about you, but I hate joint pain. I hate it. And if you're watching these videos, you probably have joint pain just like I do. So when I was able to correlate this particular supplement to ending my joint pain, I had to talk about it. All right, guys, so let's just dive right in and talk about it. I have horrible joint pain. I have lupus, I have rheumatoid arthritis, I have Hashimoto's, I probably have other things that haven't even been diagnosed, but they all produce some type of joint pain, and I hate it. I'm talking about the type of joint pain that keeps you up all night because everything hurts, or the type of joint pain that doesn't let you do anything all day because it's so painful. So a few weeks ago, I noticed that I was having continuous joint pain. Now, typically when I start to have joint pain, I'm usually able to control it with diet. And when I notice the joint pain, I know that I need to slack off of dairy. Yes, dairy is not our friends. It's horrible. It's highly inflammatory, but I love it. Like I like cheese and all types of cheese. I like dairy. I like creams. I'm just like everybody else. I love it. And I will have some of it from time to time. But when I notice that my joint pain is consistent every day, or it's bothering me so much that I can't sleep, that's usually my cue to stop eating all forms of dairy. And once I go about 24 hours without dairy, most of my joint pain will subside or completely go away. However, I noticed a few weeks ago that I had joint pain. I'm talking my hips, my shoulders, my toes. If it was a joint, it was hurting. I had throbbing joint pain in my hip. I had joint pain in my shoulders. It was impossible to get comfortable to even sleep at night. So, like always, I started to take dairy out of my diet, but I didn't get any relief this time. The joint pain just continued. And that was kind of new for me. I went about 3 to 4 days with this joint pain continually hurting until I realized I had somehow stopped taking my omega-3 supplements. Now, I take a lot of supplements, and from time to time, I will forget to take a particular supplement. It happens. So I started taking the omega-3 supplements again, and I happened to notice that within 30 minutes of taking the supplement, the joint pain in my hip completely vanished. Now, I had always heard that omega-3 was good for joint pain, but I wasn't ever really able to correlate it to ending the joint pain. But this time it really caught my attention. So I started looking up studies, and omega-3 is a highly studied supplement. And there is evidence that it does help with joint pain. It helps with chronic pain and also arthritic pain. However, we can read the studies all day long, but it doesn't mean it's always going to correlate to helping our particular joint pain or us individually. Now, in this particular case, before I remembered to start taking the omega-3s, again, I was trying to take ibuprofen. Now, I hate ibuprofen, and I know that it leads to other issues, but I wanted to be able to sleep at night. So I went ahead and started taking ibuprofen. However, ibuprofen did not dull the joint pain in any way, shape, or form, and I still wasn't able to sleep. So when I went back to taking omega-3 and it completely got rid of the joint pain, I became highly invested in omega-3 and figuring out, what did the studies say? What dosages are people taking and what's really going on? Now, this one instance wasn't good enough for me, so I decided to start and stop omega-3 a few more times so that I could correlate the joint pain to the omega-3, or the joint pain ending when taking omega-3. And each time I stopped, within a day, the joint pain would come back and it was almost unbearable. Now, if you have tried omega-3 and you don't think it's helped your joint pain at all, you may not have been taking the proper dose. Omega-3 helps or works best when we are at a 1-to-1 ratio between omega-6 and omega-3. Now, most of us will just pick up a bottle of omega-3, not really pay attention, and just take what is suggested as 1 serving. And that is typically a really low dose. So imagine if you need a 1-to-1 ratio to help with your joint pain, from omega-6 to omega-3. You can imagine that you are taking in a lot more omega-6s than you are omega-3s. Now, omega-3 is an essential fatty acid, which means our body does not produce omega-3 at all, and we must get it all from our diet. And I can tell you that my diet most of the time has 0 omega-3s in it. So I choose to supplement. The particular supplement that I like so far the most is Nordic Naturals. And I just try to find the highest dose that I can possibly find every time I go to the store. So I'm looking for Nordic Naturals. That has just been one of the better brands that I've been able to find. The literature or the studies behind omega-3 suggest that it's very easy for omega-3 to go rancid, so keep it in your fridge once you buy it. And let's talk about the type of dosage that I'm taking of Nordic Naturals. So this particular bottle that I have right now contains just over 1,200 milligrams of omega-3. And I'm taking 4 to 5 soft gels a day. Now, that sounds like a lot, but let me explain. I take 2 in the morning when I wake up, and I take 2 at night when I go to sleep. Now, if I notice the joint pain still exists, I will take 1 more, and usually that completely knocks out any joint pain that I'm having. Now, in this particular circumstance that I noticed when I stopped taking omega-3s, all of the joint pain that was coming back, it did take a few weeks to fully dial all of the joint pain back. Like the hip joint pain ended almost immediately within 30 minutes of taking the omega-3. However, I did also have knee pain that took about 2 weeks before it completely went away. Now, if you're wanting to supplement with omega-3, make sure that it doesn't counteract or interfere with any of the medications that you're currently taking. And also pay attention to the dose. You're looking for the highest dosage that they sell. And then you're looking to take probably more than 1 serving, but it depends on how much omega-6 that you have in your diet. Because remember, you're looking for a 1-to-1 ratio to help with chronic pain and joint pain. So in my particular case, to make my joint pain go away, I take anywhere from 5,000 to over 6,000 milligrams of omega-3 every day, and I break up the dosages. Now, if you don't want to take the supplement and you just want to include omega-3 in your diet, you can do that by eating fatty fish. And they're suggesting anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week for joint pain in particular. There's also flaxseed and chia seed and different types of vegetarian choices to get your omega-3. But I wanted to point out, if you're using leafy greens or chia seeds or flax seeds, the form of omega-3 is ALA. I wanted to point out that your body actually has to convert it to make it the omega-3 that we need to use. And only about 10 to 15% of what you intake in your diet will actually convert. So my point here is, if you're getting it from a vegetarian diet, you need to include a lot more in your diet so that you're able to get rid of the joint pain, or consume enough that you have a high enough dosage of omega-3. Now, if you're trying to get your omega-3s with the fatty fish, it's already been converted for you. And so you're taking in the omega-3 that's within the fish. And it's a little bit easier to hit the dose that you need by eating the fatty fish. And it's a little bit easier to hit your dose because we're not having to convert it and you're not losing anything within the conversion. However, if you're anything like me, I can't have fatty fish 3 to 4 times a week. It's just too hard to make sure that I bring in the fresh fish and eat it 3 to 4 times a week. I'm better off doing 1 to 2 times a week and then supplementing with the omega-3 supplements. So because of all of this, I'm paying a lot more attention to my omega-3 supplements, making sure that I get my daily dose so that the joint pain doesn't come back. All right, so this was just my personal story and how omega-3 works for me, how much I take and how I take it throughout the day. If you're dealing with a lot of joint pain, you might want to check out the omega-3. I hope it works the same for you. If you start taking omega-3 and you don't notice a change in your joint pain, you're probably not taking enough. Because remember, you need to hit the 1-to-1 ratio. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.